Hi there, Z here, and would you guys like to play a game where you take handfuls of people from all over history from the beginning to current, put them all in one area and just have them duke it out to the death? And they're all incredibly hammered? Would you like to recreate your favorite fantasy fight from movies to comic books and everybody's just jumping in there with minotaurs and flying harpies and they're all on quaaludes? How about we take all of the mentally and physically handicapped people from the past, put them all in one area, and just have them go at it here? And no, I'm not talking about some sort of homeless fight club that may or may not be underneath the bridge downtown right next to Tony's. I am talking about a game that recently came out called Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. And it's out for early access. So of course I gotta do it. Why do we keep talking about this? Let's jump right into it. Roll it! So, Totally Realistic Battle Simulator, or TABS for short, has been a game that's been blue-balling me for years now. Oh, sure, 2 years ago when I was a starry-eyed alcoholic instead of a bitter drunk, this game looked fantastic to me. I saw YouTubers playing it and thought, hey, what a deal, that looks fun. I want to play that. But it wasn't open to everyone, was it, Landfall Games? Oh no, it was only the privileged YouTubers that were able to play it. And when you finally came out with a game, a year later, what was it? What was it? Totally Accurate Battlegrounds! Another Battlegrounds game in a time where even my grandmother was making a Battlegrounds game. Check it out. It should be out in the next 6 to 8 months. It should be called Granny Z's Cupcake and Racism Battlegrounds. But how dare you wait until 2019 to come out with this game? Oh, for your sake, I hope it's good.
A few moments later.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, this game definitely made me laugh more than I usually have in any other game before, because the whole thing is just fun to watch. Imagine babysitting little kids who barely have learned to walk, handing them a Pringles can and a colander for a shield and a sword, and watch them flail around trying to do damage to each other. That's this game in a nutshell, which is why I feel comfortable stating that it's a YouTuber game. What is a YouTuber game, you may ask? I mean, it's kind of in the name, so I'm not quite sure why I put that in the script. It's a game that feels like it's specifically catered for YouTubers or to entertain your friends, right? It's a game that doesn't take a lot to find the comedy in it, and it's low difficulty, so the entertainer can just think of more snarky stuff to say, right? Not to say that this is a bad game on its own. If you're playing it solo, it's great, but I can guarantee you that by the time I put out this video, there will already be at least let's say 400,000 videos of people overreacting to this game. But anyways, enough yelling at people, Zach, and start talking about the game. Got it. The main focus of this game is either A, play through the tutorial to understand each character, and then go to the campaign, where you take all the characters and try to win against another preset team in a preset type of location, or B, play a sandbox and make both of the sides on your own to just have them fight mindlessly against each other, which is some pretty amazing fights if you put enough people on the battlefield. Important side note, though. No matter what you play on this game, prepare for your good old computer to turn into a fucking jet engine, because this game is super demanding. Yeah, I don't usually talk about games and the hardware of your computer because, I mean, let's be fair, the games that I review and play, I get for cheap. It can usually be played on a 1990s laptop. But this one really wears down your graphics card and CPU. So, keep that in mind before you make an army of 3,000 peasants against 1,200 archers and see how long it takes for you to start smelling burning motherboard. And before leaving this subject, the characters of this are literally a smorgasbord of weird and creative units. You can have something as simple as an archer with some swordsmen to a minotaur accompanied by Valkyries and Zeus himself. But you don't need to stick to either fantasy or reality. You can mix and match it up a bit. Go ahead, throw them all in the same battle and watch your graphics card burst into flames. Alright, enough about how bad the game runs, but what kind of missions do you find in the campaign? I'm sure that's where most of you are going to be spending your time, and Oh, I don't really know. I mean, really simple things like fighting another army or getting a surprise attack from mammoths just chilling up in trees or hiring one guy to clean out a little bard problem by chasing them all off a fucking cliff. Yeah, the regular type of stuff, yeah. But by this point, I'm sure some of you are asking what's so funny about a battle simulator. I mean, we've had Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator since 2017, and in that game you can make turtles fight mythical beasts. And yeah, that's entertaining enough. But if everyone in that game was in a perpetual state of freshman girl with one too many appletinis on a Saturday night, it would have been way better like this game. Seriously, the way they walk and they flail their arms like they're possessed, everything about this game is just entertaining to watch. And you think it would get old, right? I was thinking like, I am just going to buy this game, play 1 hour and 59 minutes of it, and then return it and make a review like I knew what I was talking about. But the campaign is somewhat challenging enough to keep me playing, and the sandbox is just a bundle of fun to watch all the jiggling physics and airheads fight each other to death in the most random ways possible. How random, you may ask? Random enough to literally play one game, lose that game, don't touch a fucking thing, play it again, and you might win. Yeah, that's exactly it. I have no idea why sometimes you win and why sometimes you don't, but by looking at how these guys fight and trip over themselves, you kind of get a little bit more, and I know that will turn some people off who really aren't into the randomness of video games, but I like feeling like it's not all about strategy. Call me a gambler, I like a little bit of luck in there. And let me show you something. If I had to pick an instance of when I was playing this game that showed the complete incompetence of this game, this scene says it all. I started out with a game with a group of archers and a handful of cannon fodder against a bunch of hillbillies and carts and 2 mammoths. And what I was left with was 2 archers that couldn't hit the glitched mammoth in front of them that's literally like 4 feet in front of them if their life depended on it. Like this is what you're looking forward to when you're buying this game. How could you not look at this and then just think, how can this happen? What brought this scene to me? The pathing is horrific. Some of the times the fighters will purposely fucking try and fall off the sides of the level when nobody's chasing them and they're chasing nobody else. No idea why they do it, and it happens multiple times. The fighting is chaotic, just swinging and punching and dancing and making out and everything that they're trying to do to kill the enemy side. The levels are a death trap not only to enemy units, but your own units as well. Sometimes they can't turn on the ball of their heel and start fighting. They have to do like a full 180 turn right off the side of a fucking cliff. Happens all the time. Everything in this is absolute mayhem, which is why this game is so entertaining. Either to your YouTube audiences, to you or your friends, or just to yourself in your basement looking at some staggering jackasses looking for a real cheap laugh. And not only does the flailing look funny at a distance, the final blows are actually frozen so you can zoom up and down and all around, which provides some pretty hilarious deaths. And since I don't really have much else to talk about, let me just go through some of my personal favorites I got from my hours of gameplay. Ah yes, this is part 1 of a series I like to call What the Fuck Just Happened? Oh, Metallica fans are really gonna like this one. I called this one Riding the Lightning. And of course you can't have a part 1 without a part 2, so if someone could explain to me what the fuck is happening here, please tell me. I'm guessing cardiac arrest. That's my personal opinion. This one I was wondering for a while. I decided to call it Hillbilly Orgy, aka Family Reunion. And of course, just to finish out a trilogy, this is part 3. This one I was kind of pining over, but I decided to go oof. Just oof. Big oof. Just the biggest oof you could ever think of. God dang, that makes me shrivel in my seat. And of course, this is my favorite one of all time. Save the best for last. Look at that. Look at that magnificent, bearded, elegant beast. It's like if a ballerina grew a hair and just started fucking killing everybody in the ballet class. So graceful. What a good time, right? What a fantastic time. Well, I'm going to cut this a little bit short because there's not really much else to talk about. It's fun, it's crazy, and never have I ever felt like the god emperor of an army of drunks, and now I have. And it feels great. This game is alpha as fuck to me. If interested, it's $15 on Steam. That's my opinion. I hope you have a great day and cheers. Alright, so, like, I know that the video's done, and nobody really needs to see any of this, but while I was editing, there was a part in here that I thought that was so funny here. So, okay, this guy's just gonna get demolished. There, boom, bada bing, bada boom. And, in here, we're gonna find one guy that kind of looks like he's hiding. Like, he's like, you better not fucking come in here, and there's an entire army that's raiding the fucking tunnels there. So, they all get here, and at this point, I'm like, oh, this guy's gonna get fucking killed. He kills one of my guys, so I automatically think, oh my god, if this guy kills all my dudes, I'm gonna be so pissed. But, solid hit right in the stomach, right? Like, right in the gut. And I think I move around the camera. Yeah, I move the camera here just kind of see, look, it's a nice little hit in the gut. Look at the other guys! Look at the looks on their faces! That is the look of guys that are just like, they were getting your gut, man. That must have been Terry. Terry, did you shoot him in the gut? Like, looking around like, oh fuck, are we in trouble? Oh, it was the greatest thing. These are some of the minor things that, like I was mentioning in review, that's just hilarious. I love it. Sorry about that. This is really funny for people that I just love wasting your time. So, how you guys doing today?